Smothered chicken. Who needs a weighted blanket when you can just bury yourself deep into some delicious gravy? Today on Poor Choices, we're making smothered chicken Cajun style. Deliciously seared chicken, the holy trinity with some black garlic, porcini mushrooms, big back juice, and served over pasta with crispy prosciutto because rice was too kind to the scales. This recipe and more, here at Poor Choices Kitchen. Starting out, we need to rehydrate some porcini mushrooms. These are dried porcini mushrooms that I ordered on Amazon, but don't worry if you don't have access to these or you don't want to order it, you can just totally use any type of mushroom that you want. But these just add great flavor on top of the other mushrooms that we're going to use. And if you're going to use dried mushrooms, you definitely want to rehydrate them. This process not only softens the mushrooms, but also creates a rich, earthy soaking liquid that we're going to also use to deepen the flavor of our sauce. So we're just going to place these in a small bowl or a measuring cup and cover with some hot water, and we're going to let them soak for about 15 to 20 minutes until softened. And then once they're done, we're going to take them out, and we'll take some of that soaking liquid with us as well. We want to keep about 2 to 3 tablespoons for the sauce. And if you want to take the extra step, you can run this soaking liquid through a fine mesh to get rid of any dirt. And while those mushrooms are soaking, this is a great time to prep all the other ingredients. Nothing really special here, but I just want to show you how I do my prep. I tend to try to put everything in the order that it needs to go in the pan, so that way I can just reach to the left, grab it, move everything closer. So next up is our chicken. We need to season this, but also we need to dry this. The drier the skin, the crispier it's going to get, and it's going to lock in a lot of moisture and flavor. So get yourself some paper towels and pat these bad boys dry, and we're just going to trim off any excess skin and fat that's on here. And yes, this is bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I know some of you are going to say, I'm going to use a chicken breast. Good luck with that. No, seriously, I'm sure chicken breast is fine with this recipe, but do yourself a favor, get all the flavor with chicken thighs. And then we're going to generously season these with Cajun spices. I'm using this Cajun spice from Heath Rouse, but you can use any type of Cajun seasoning that you want. I know a lot of people have Tony's or Slap Your Mama, and those are fine seasonings, but they also are fine seasonings. And by that, I mean, I tend to like the more coarser seasonings. So if you're ever wondering why I use a lot of barbecue rubs instead of other ones from the store, it's just barbecue rubs tend to have a lot more coarser ingredients to it, and that just creates a great texture when eating. But again, use any Cajun seasoning you want. You can even make your own if you want to. After you have generously seasoned both sides of the chicken thighs, just let them hang out for a little bit because we want these to have a little bit of time at room temperature, maybe about 30 minutes or so. And then once that time is up, we're going to get ourselves a nice hot pan. I'm actually using a stainless steel all-clad pan here today because I want to try stainless steel cooking for the third time, I think, in my life. And you're going to see a very, very fun newbie mistake, which is letting my pan get way too hot. So I want to be calling out temperatures today for non-stick pans, but if you're going to try and use a stainless steel pan like I am doing, definitely go a temperature setting down. Anyways, mistakes aside, we're going to pop some oil in here, plenty of oil to keep it from sticking, along with some butter. And combining that butter and oil is going to give us great flavor, but also prevent the butter from burning. And we're just going to place these skin side down and let them sear for about 5 to 7 minutes until golden and crispy. And then we're going to flip and cook for another 4 to 5 minutes and remove and set aside. And don't worry about the chicken being done here because we are going to put this back into our sauce. This step here is literally just to get the skin seared. And now we're going to start building our sauce. We're going to start with the holy trinity of Cajun cooking. That's onion, bell pepper, and celery. And it's going to create a flavorful base that's going to enrich this sauce. And as someone who does not like celery, when you remove celery from the holy trinity, it does kind of fall flat. Just FYI if you're like me and try to skip it a few times. So we're going to add some more butter into the pan and let it melt down. And then we're going to add that holy trinity in. And we're going to saute it for about 5 minutes until softened and aromatic. And then we're going to add in both our garlics, the minced garlic and the black garlic paste. This is also something that I ordered on Amazon, and it is such a great flavor additive. It's very different from regular minced garlic. And all you have to do is take it out of its bulb and then just mash it with the back of a spoon. It's just that simple. No chopping or anything. And the black garlic is just going to offer a deep and caramelized flavor that's going to elevate this dish. And if you don't have black garlic, yes, you can just use more regular garlic. That's actually what I used the first time I did this recipe. Next up, we're going to pop in our mushrooms because cooking those is going to bring out some natural umami and add more depth to the sauce. That is our cremini and our rehydrated porcini mushrooms, and we're going to saute these for about 5 minutes until golden brown. And at this point, there's a chance that holy trinity has released enough moisture to already deglaze your pan. But just in case it hasn't, we're going to deglaze with some cognac. I've got a little bit of Hennessy here, and we're going to pour it in and scrape up all those delicious brown bits from the bottom and let it reduce by half. And hey, even if you don't need to deglaze your pan, add some cognac in there because it's just going to add some more depth of flavor to this dish. And yes, all those brown bits at the bottom are flavor bombs, known as fond, so don't let those out of your grasp. Next up, we're going to add some heavy cream and some chicken stock along with our 2 to 3 tablespoons of mushroom soaking liquid. And we're just going to stir that up and get it all mixed and incorporated together. And adding this heavy cream and chicken stock is going to help make our sauce silky. Once those liquids are nice and mixed up, we're going to add in our flavor enhancers, which is just Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, some thyme, and a little bit of fresh nutmeg. And then we'll just lower our heat to a simmer and let this thicken for about 5 to 7 minutes. Which at this point we can add in our Parmesan cheese, freshly grated of course, and we're gonna stir that in until melted. And at this point you wanna start tasting for seasoning. Does it need some more salt? Most likely it does. Do you wanna add in some more Cajun flavors? Maybe you're realizing that your sauce, which I'm gonna call gravy here, isn't as thick as you would like for it to be, so you need to add a little bit more cream, or maybe a little bit more stock. Maybe it evaporated a little bit too fast. At this point you can just taste and adjust. But one thing I know for sure you're gonna need is salt and some fresh cracked black pepper. And then once that sauce is tasting the way you want it, which again, really important to taste it and make sure it is good because it is such a crucial part of this, we're gonna add back in our chicken. And returning the chicken is gonna allow it to soak up the flavors of the sauce and make every bite juicy and well seasoned. And this is gonna simmer anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, just depends on what type of heat you're working with. Hell, it might even take 30 minutes. I eventually ended up covering mine with a piece of aluminum foil just to help cook the chicken a little bit faster. And of course, I checked it with my handy dandy ThermoWorks thermometer just to make sure it was reading over 175, and it was. If you want to take a sharp knife and put a little slit in it and check inside and see if it's done, you can. But I love using my thermometer because it's instant read. And then that's really it. Smothered chicken is so easy. So easy, that's why I went this Cajun route with the mushrooms and stuff, because I was like, man, you can do this in your sleep. Oh, but we're not done here. So normally with smothered chicken, you would serve it over rice, and you totally can. You can also serve it over polenta, maybe like a creamy Cajun spiced polenta. But I'm just gonna go with some pasta here, just some thick noodles of pasta. And I'm gonna top this with some prosciutto that I crisped up in the oven, so it's like some fancy bacon. And that I think I just did at 400 degrees for about like 5 or 8 minutes or so. You don't need to go that long. And then I'm also gonna add some fresh tarragon on top for some lovely green and some added flavor. And there you have it, my friends, an easy Cajun smothered chicken dish. And might I add, this is not a spicy dish, but if you do want to spice it up, you can add some cayenne pepper to the sauce while it's cooking. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know this was a short video, but this dish is so easy and so delicious that you're gonna be glad that this was over in what, like 4 minutes maybe? I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, but it ain't gonna be long, just like it didn't take long to eat this. Hey everybody, this is Poor Choices Kitchen. We have a Patreon link down in the description. $1 a month is all we ask for to pay for recipes in these here inflated times. And your support is actually the reason why I was able to get these stainless steel pans. So thank you so much for that. And there's also YouTube subscriptions. That's $2.99 a month because YouTube likes to take its cut. Both go a long way for paying for recipes and supplies in these here inflated times. And now that we're into the thick of holiday season, I'm looking forward to making some very big back friendly recipes for you. Like I'm hoping next week that this cheddar jalapeno cornbread is going to be a hit. So look out for that one, and I'll see you all back here next time. Peace.